kind of weaves between all these mountains. It's a very cool sensation and has a lot of head choppers on this kind of ride. Now again, because this is a scenic park, this park recently did open in 2019 and Falcon was the staple attraction at the park. So if you're a big wing coaster fan, hey, go to Wuxi Scenic Land to ride the largest wing coaster in the world. Have at it. Now moving on to number 4. Now this is a coaster that is SPNO at the moment, according to RCDB. The park and the ride has been shut down in November of 2019, so it hasn't even been that long. Now this is Flash at Lula Adventure, if you know this, because it has the world's tallest loop at 171 feet, and the coaster is 202.2 feet. It's a Mack Hyper coaster. There are only 3 in the entire world. Now I did put this ride on the list because Lula Adventure is going to open sometime this year. Hopefully this whole pandemic will die down and the parks can start reopening again, but this ride still deserves a spot on the list, even though the ride is considered SPNO at the moment. So with that out of the way, I'm going to move on to number 3, which is Diving Coaster at Happy Valley, Shanghai. Now this ride is actually just a standard B&M dive coaster, but actually, if you don't know, this ride is actually a clone of Chic Wrap Busch Gardens Tampa. So it has a height of 213 feet, and it's just a mere clone of that ride. So there's nothing that special about this ride, considering it's just a clone of the first B&M dive coaster in North America. But skipping that, going on to number 2 is Dinoconda at China's Dinosaur World. Now, many enthusiasts may be familiar with this ride, considering it's one of the 2 SNS 40 coasters of this size. It has a height of 226.4 feet. It's not as tall as Ishinika at Fuji-Q Highland, but this is one of the largest 40 coasters ever built. And unfortunately, if you want to go ride this, you kind of have to make a dedicated trip to this park, because this park does not have that many coasters. They were lucky to open this thing in 2012. The park currently only has one other coaster, known as Dinosaur Mountain. They had 2 family coasters that were mainly just like a spinning coaster. Think of like a Zamperla one, like Raging Cajun at Six Flags America, known as Super Roller Coaster, and Whirling Dinosaur. They both shut down, one in 2017, one in 2016. So basically, the only reason going to this park is basically to check it out and ride Dinoconda. But with this ride being one of only 340 coasters of this massive size, you gotta ride Dinoconda for its sheer height of 226 feet. Now coming in at number 1 is a coaster I'm hoping most enthusiasts are familiar with. Opening in 2016 was Coaster Through the Clouds at Nanjing Scenic Land. Now this is the largest coaster in China and the largest coaster by Intamin in China. So the stats of this ride are pretty impressive, considering the coaster is at a height of 242.8 feet, a speed of 84.5 miles an hour, and a track length of 5,105 feet. So this ride is pretty massive. And the coaster is more about airtime and steep turns. And again, like most scenic parks, it's the largest and the big reason to go to this park. So of all that is the tallest coaster in China. Now, of course, it's not nearly as tall as something like Fury, Orion, Leviathan, all these coasters in North America, but looks to be a pretty intense coaster, despite it being not as tall as these coasters over in North America. So comment down below if you've ridden one of these roller coasters in China, or you're hoping to ride one of these coasters that are on the top 10 list. And as usual, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, because it really helps the channel out, so please consider. Tune in for more great content on Great American Coasters, and I'll see you guys later.